girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. So I'm really pleased to bring you another Vario. It's been a little while since I featured a Vario. I think it was their trench watch that I featured. Really impressed. It was sent over by a friend of the channel, Matthias, and I really liked it. So I was talking to Ivan over at Vario recently. He was good enough to send me over some straps. Thank you very much. Their straps are fantastic. Please head over and look at their straps in addition to this watch. So this is their Empire watch. This is their Grey Tuxedo. It'll be getting released today actually, so if you're seeing this video, please head over there because this one's been released today. The Grey Tuxedo, the salmon one they've got, I think it's the salmon, was released a couple of weeks ago. They're selling fast as well, so do act and pick one up. Vario are very much known for their watch straps, and their watch straps are fantastic, as I said, but their watches as well, their attention to detail, the stuff that they're doing over there is to be applauded. I was very happy to feature this watch. Yeah, very nice watch from what I can see. How will I feel about it once we get to the end of the video, because that's more to the point why the review is important, because then we can see how the watch actually holds up under some more sort of closer inspection. But I'm optimistic that it's going to come out looking pretty well, because it looks the business. But yeah, thanks for tuning back in. Hopefully, but as I always say, by the end of the video you'll know if it's for you or not. If it is, please use the link in the description. It's not an affiliate link, it's just to make your life a bit easier. But with that being said, I'll stop going on. Thanks for tuning back in. Without further ado, let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys and girls, so this is the watch. Excuse me, I've still got this cold sort of lingering on, but we'll muscle through. Yeah, Vario. I was speaking to Ivan over at Vario. Was really happy to feature this watch. I will be sending it on to another reviewer, so please keep your eyes peeled for someone else's thoughts on this watch. But they do make fantastic straps, and I've featured one or two of their watches now, and I must say the straps are definitely the watches are definitely in keeping with the straps they make. Excellent quality. But obviously you get a travel case. This is just a bit of a cleaning cloth and packaging that came wrapping the watch up in a foam cushion, and as I say, quite a substantial case, nice and hard to keep it safe in transit, and something you just can reuse, which I think is fantastic. I like that because a bit of upcycling, and the fact you're going to keep using it is much better than just having a box that you're just going to keep in the cupboard. So yeah, fantastic. And as you'll see, and hopefully you saw in my macro at the start, this watch is stunning. Coming out the end of October. I'll put the exact date in front of me, but it'll be coming out in and around the same time as this review. So yeah, do head over and check it out. There's also a salmon dial. I'll bring that up now. The salmon dial looks really nice, as does this. And Vario do seem to be doing some excellent stuff in addition to their leather straps. So just to run through, so this is their Empire watch. This is the Grey Tuxedo. As I say, they've also got a salmon one. Inside it's running an automatic Seiko NH38 movement. Really happy they've opted for no date movement, given there's no date on the dial. I'll bring some information up about that movement now. Very similar to the NH35 and 36, or apart from the fact there's no date. 24 joules, 21,600 beats per hour, 41 hour power reserve, and yeah, just a very good, rugged, reliable movement. And it's a great option for watches where there's no date. I think it's the movement of choice at the moment for watches where they don't want to have no ghost position. So yeah, well done to Vario for not putting NH35 or 6 in this watch. Much appreciated. So that's the NH38 movement. The construction of this watch, aside from the crystal and obviously the strap, is all 316L stainless steel. So that's the case, which is brushed at the sides, polished on top of the lugs, brushed inside the lug ends, polished bezel. You got a nice crown, nice bit of purchase on there, although there's a bit of an issue at times with grabbing it, but I'll talk about that later. Polished case back, but is deep etched in keeping with the Art Deco design, which is where they're drawing inspiration for this from in the pin buckle class, as I've already mentioned, and it is also signed. The case thickness of this watch is 11.6 millimeters. The case diameter, I normally go from the 8 to the 2 in watches like this. It comes in at 38.1 millimeters, and when you go from the 9 to the 3, including the crown, it comes in at 41 millimeters. The lug width on this is 20, and the lug to lug, tip to tip, is coming at 45.3 millimeters. So that's the dimensions, good dimensions to be honest, given the size and shape of the watch. I think that looks fantastic. They've definitely hit good sweet spots with those dimensions. The case back is screwed down. We've got some writing on there in terms of designed in Singapore, and as I say, it's Art Deco inspired, and there's a nod to that, and some other information about the watch and the water resistance, but we'll run through the rest of that stuff now. As I've already mentioned a moment ago as well, it's a high polished bezel, will look really cool, and the crown is situated at the 3 o'clock, just a push-pull crown, but given the fact it's sort of like a smart sort of watch, I don't think it needs to be screwed down. I think push-pull is going to be more than adequate for what you want to use this watch for. The strap is, as you'd expect, a really nice Italian leather strap. Vario make excellent straps. I've got a few. They've also been good enough to send me some more over so I can include some more sort of strap options on some of my reviews, and I do like Vario straps, so thank you very much to them for sending some over. Quick release and embossed on the back. It's genuine Italian leather and Vario, which is a nice touch. The clasp is a pin buckle clasp, all high polished and signed with Vario on there, and the crystal covering the dial is also a nice touch. It's sapphire crystal because I tested it, so yeah, very nice. I do like a bit of sapphire covering my dial. The water resistance of this watch is cited as being 50 meters, so that's 5 atmospheres. So yeah, you don't want to get this wet to a great degree. If you get it wet when you're doing certain activities, it's fine, but yeah, I wouldn't go out of my way to get it wet. 50 meters is just above splash proof really, so don't get it too wet. And the weight will appear in the top right hand corner. It's just above 70 grams, which I think is bang on given the dimensions of the watch. So yeah, it's just above 70 grams. But let's have a look at the dial now, guys, in a bit more detail. So you've got a minute track going on the outer edge. Loads going on with this dial. You've got a minute track in white. Inside that, you've got another sub dial. Another part of the dial, which is black with applied indices, numerals from 1 to 12. Inside that textured dial in the middle is just beautiful. Looks really, really nice. The black and silver is fantastic. Vario it looks like it's applied on, or it could be printed on very, very cleverly. But yes, it's just below the 12 o'clock position. And that's it, guys. What I do like though, the hands and indices look very, very cool. I like the fact they're skeletonized, and there's quite a bit of detail with those hands that I'm hoping you picked up in my macro at the start. What I do like as well, I do like the fact that when you look at the dial, and I'll bring a little video up now. I do like the fact that it leaves a shadow on the dial. You don't always get that, but I actually think it looks really, really cool with this watch. Not something that I'm always looking for, but I do like that little detail. So yeah, that's the dial, guys. The dial of this watch is just truly, truly stunning. They've done very, very well with it. Inside, it's running a Seiko NH38 movement. I've had a bit of issues sometimes trying to open it, which is going to be the thing that I talk about at the end with my pants, because that's the only thing I've really struggled with at times, is trying to get the crown out. So, but let me just put it to a more neutral position. No loom on this watch, which I'm glad to see. No need for it. Put the crown back in, it will start back up again, give it a hacking movement. If you turn the crown away from you, it will also charge the movement if you've just put it on, just to put some juice into it. But that's the dial, guys. That's the movement. Let me just pop it on the wrist quickly, give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. My wrist is just above a 7-inch wrist for your reference. And as you can see, there's 3 more holes to make it tighter and 4 more to make it looser. So I'm wearing it almost bang in the middle. And yeah, that's what it looks like on my wrist. Really, really stunning piece. At some point, I'm definitely going to have a Vario in my collection. No doubt about it. They make some excellent watches. Really nicely finished. Nice straps, nice dials. But yeah, we'll talk about that in just a moment. Let me just take it off quickly, give it a wipe. And then that'll take me on to what I think is pants and pucker about the watch. If you ever watched before, you know I always start with pants. I like to go on a high with pucker. So what I think is pants, as I've already alluded to already, not very much to be honest. I think this is a great watch. The only thing I've had problems with is the crown, in terms of trying to get my fingernail under there and open it. It's quite stiff. So I've done it that time, but it's not always possible, quite difficult at times, but yeah, that I'm sure yours will be completely fine. So yeah, the fact that that's the only thing I can really find to mention is testament to the watch really. So yeah, it would just be access to the crown. What I think is Pukka, a lot more. The dial, no surprises. That dial is beautiful. So much going on there. I've just found myself pretty transfixed at times looking at this watch. I think the dial is stunning. I like the hands, I like the proportions, I like the little elements inside the hour and minute hand, the fact it's skeletonized, but it also looks done really nice and clean, high polished. So the hands, the case size, I've already mentioned earlier, 38mm, I think is a good size for this watch, given it's sort of a dressier piece. So yeah, the case back also, I like the fact they've gone a bit of decoration on there, a bit of engraving on the case back, and obviously to tie it in with the fact they like Art Deco. The movement, Seiko NH38 movement is, as I say, the movement of choice really for people that don't want to date on their dial. The leather strap, no surprises, that's their bread and butter, is their straps, and their straps are fantastic. I do implore you to head over and look at their straps. Very well priced for what you're getting because they're excellent. And the aesthetic, I think this watch is done fantastically well, finished well and stuff, but the aesthetic, the way it looks, is just stunning. I think it's a really beautiful piece. So the aesthetic is bang on. So just to surmise what I think is Pukka, is I'll go with the dial, the hands, the case size, case back, movement, leather strap, and the aesthetic are what I think is Pukka. And would I recommend the watch? 100% fantastic watch. Or hopefully I'll try and post on my community post whoever is going to be the next person to review, and I'll obviously let you know once they've uploaded their review to see what they think. But yeah, fantastic watch, one that I'll definitely recommend. As I say, this is the Grey Tuxedo. They also do a salmon one, so please head over and have a look. But guys and girls, please let me know what you think about this watch, and maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as always say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and always watch your time. Take care guys, all the very best.